ahead and switch and get that fat pose. And there we are.
Hey, what's up,
everybody? Welcome to the Goober House, guys. Today, like I said, we're going to be talking about Paragon. We got a lot of questions. Thank you guys for replying on Twitter and letting us know what you guys would like to hear from this podcast and the information that you would like us to provide. The game is fairly new, so we can't go in depth and deep like we would love to, but I promise you, the more we get experience with the game, the more that content that comes out, the more patch notes and information that they provide with us. Like, Aaron, did you see that? Just sidetracking. Did you see what I retweeted about Sevraj?
Yeah, it's hype. It's super hype. I looked at it and I'm like,
I didn't know that his stacks actually give him armor and like change his like character appearance, which is huge in a MOBA. I've never seen that.
He's like a
Wow.
Yeah.
I never knew. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to pull it up too on the stream as well, so you guys can see it. But let me go ahead and get right over here, and we can start, guys. If you guys have any, like I said, welcome. Happy Friday, by the way, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Let's go ahead and get right into this podcast. We have me, myself. You guys know me. My name is Jiojo, aka the Goober House owner. My MOBA experience is Dota, League of Legends, Smite, and those are probably the only 3 MOBAs I've ever played. League of Legends is the most I've played, probably 3 years, actually since season 3, or season 2 actually, and maining support the whole time. Dota, I tried it since I was so committed and played so much League. I didn't really get that far. And the problem with Smite for me was that it had WoW's aesthetics, and I didn't really like that cartoony kind of feel. But I loved the third person aspect that it brought to MOBAs because it was very, very different and innovative. John Lee's to the right to me right here.
What's up, y'all? My experience in MOBAs is League of Legends prominently, and you know, a little bit of Smite, a little bit of other MOBAs. I've probably only touched Dota like once or twice, but my experience in MOBAs is actually League of Legends. I played Platinum 1 last season, season 5. So you know, I know a little bit about MOBAs. You know what I'm saying? A little bit.
We also got Aaron in the call, aka B-Boy Otex. I'm gonna link his channel in the chat as well, so if you guys could drop a follow, as well as one here. Thank you, it'd be greatly appreciated. Aaron, let us know where you're coming with your background.
Alright, what is good, fam? B-Boy Otex here. If my boys are from the B-Boy squad, if you guys are like trolling in the chat, just let us know at some point tonight. My MOBA experience, you already know I'm a League of Legends fanboy. I've been doing that shit for a while. I actually watched League of Legends for 2 years before I touched it. So my knowledge is actually really extensive because I'm a more visual learner. So I'm going to be doing a lot of analytics for you guys to see if we can learn more and more about this game as we go on. I played Smite for a bit, and my same problem was kind of relative to Gio's. I mean, he didn't like the aesthetics of it, but he loved that they were being innovative. They brought a new face to MOBAs, and I love that also. But yeah, man, I've been playing MOBAs for a little bit, and we're gonna get lit. We're gonna learn so much this year about this game, and I'm really excited.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
And then we got my boy Dylan. Dylan, if you'd like to, give us a little bit of your feedback on MOBAs or any gaming in general.
Yeah, how you guys doing? Man, one of the first MOBAs I ever played was League of Legends, actually, way back then. And I played League of Legends for about maybe 2 years, and that's actually how a lot of us hung out. John, Aaron, Kwong. It's all how we all got really hung out.
True.
Right now, though, I actually stopped playing League, and I'm actually a predominant player in a game, another MOBA called Vainglory, which is
That's true.
Not a lot of people like to say this on the hush hush, but it's just like League. It's really just like League. And right now I'm playing Paragon, and thank you for having me, bro.
Let's go.
Let's do it. All right. So what I'm gonna love to do with you guys in the Goober House and everybody that joins these podcasts, it might be different people that join me. There might be additional video cameras as well. It's just starting, first podcast ever on the Goober House. It's gonna be uploaded to our YouTube as well. But I want to start with the patch notes. Because that's going to be the most, where we're going to get probably the most content is the patch notes, the reworks, the ability changes, anything that they've done, any aesthetics, any development in the jungle, which is, I think, the only factor that's missing right now in the game, and any changes to the buffs and stuff like that. So right now, the patch notes were from March 29th, and they were last week. They did fighter balances to Grux and Feng Mao. So the changes They're really nice. So far, I don't know about you guys, but what I love about this company, Epic Games, has provided for issues and comments that players have posted on Twitter and posted anywhere about the game that this character, might need a little rework.
Yeah.
I'm having issues logging in or getting kicked out. I'm having issues with this and that, and they've responded very, very correctly. Victorino, what is up, dude? Welcome to the Goober House. Welcome. Who is your best follower? Tell him.
That's me. I don't
Bruh,
know.
Victorino, you're gonna have to fight a couple people for that spot. But like I said, I love what they've done so far, and right away they touch on the release notes, and Grux is the first thing right on the list. They don't try to beat around the bush about the fighter balances or anything like that. They just say hero balancing is going to be a constant process for the team as we add heroes in the game and the game evolves. Remember, this is also why we can't really go in depth. The game's still in alpha, so there's a lot of work that's going to be done with this game. Which I can't wait to see it evolve. So they talk right into it. Grux is the first person. His passive is the first thing touched because everyone knows that the health gain off of the stacks from last hitting were pretty high. I think you guys can agree on that.
Ridiculous.
It was pretty big. They actually lowered it because people would gain They would gain more than 1,000 HP in game, not from items, just from last hits.
Mm.
Pretty big. So and the thing is, it's saying early to mid game. That's huge. That's 2 items almost. So they reduced the per hit kills. So it would give you 4 per kill. It only gives you 2 now, and it also caps. It caps at 100 stacks, which is 200 health, which is reasonable. It's not like a crazy nerf. It's reasonable. His next thing touch, which was the other big controversy, was his ultimate. Players would roughly gain 120 physical damage, which was equivalent to 15 cards, like you spending on items. So they had, and they say they say it so funny because they knew it was a problem. They were like, this had to be reduced, like it had to be. Like they even mentioned it themselves. So what they did was they removed the movement speed buff that he would get from his ult. They also changed the damage from instead of 60, 90 to 120, which was the damage bonus he would get, to 15, 30, and 45. That's the new cap. So it's a pretty big difference. They removed the scaling from his ult from 16, from 6, 7, and 8 to just 8 seconds.
So 8 seconds at all times.
8 seconds at all times. That's his ult. They increased his cost, though. Instead of just capping at 100, it goes to 100, 125, and 150. So you got to be a little bit smarter with his mana.
Okay.
With his smash and grab, they increased the damage scaling from 80, 108, 136, 164, and 192. Sorry, it's a long list. To 80, 115, 150, 185, 220. So they increased the damage. They also
make up for the
exactly. They had to increase something to reduce the damage from the ult. So they increased his damage on that. But they also did reduce the scaling, the card scaling. Sorry, from 0.525 to 0.5. His ability charge was reduced. The base damage scaling on charge slightly from 50, 82, 114, 146, 178 to 50, 70, 90, 110, 130. So a little bit more damage scaling down there, and they reduced the card scaling from 1 to 0.5. Additional changes were reduced max health scaling for him from 0.9 to 0.85, so just 5%, nothing huge. That was to also compensate for the passive. And just they affected his toolkit bonus, which is nothing big. Do you want to read Fangmo?
Well, see, the things they've changed for Feng Mao was the first thing they changed was about his passive. We saw Lurk's, They reduced the attack bonus and shield bonus for Feng Mao from passive to 0.1 to 0.04 per stack, 30% to 12% max. What does that mean, Gio? I don't really.
For the what, scaling?
Yeah.
So what I was reading on, because I was wondering what the card scaling means.
Yeah.
And what it is apparently when you adding cards to items also gives you additional scaling on your AD and stuff like that when you level.
Okay.
So having cards obviously increases when you level. It also gives you bonus damage or whatever you're building, and that's what the scaling is.
So for his ability Reaping Dash, they reduced a lot of the scaling for a lot of the card scaling for that too, from 0.75 to 0.5, which like seeing the patch notes in League of Legends, I've seen changes like that, and it doesn't really affect it by that much. So
exactly.
That's the thing that I like about like the Paragon company. Like they love to keep everything even. You know what I mean? Like they love to balance it. So obviously they see that it's a little bit overpowered, and they just bring it back to the level where it's a containable.
And the thing is, we're gonna kind of skim through Feng Mao, because literally all of Feng Mao is just scaling.
Yeah, it's card scaling.
Which is why pretty much like our first topic is like, oh, do you think there's gonna be like super nerfs or stuff like that? I don't believe so, because they nerf. I mean, Grux kind of got a nerf. Feng Mao is just scaling changes. And both of these heroes are still played constantly. So I feel like unless we see a super nerf, I'm sure the community is going to say something about it. But other than that, I don't think there's going to be a problem at all with the nerfs. I think they're going to be really smart in how they treat each balance and check for each hero.
Wow, and look, I mean, for his ult, they changed the shielding for his ult too. I guess the ult was a little bit OP.
Yeah, they changed it from... Alright, so the only really change that they did was the damage, not even, the cost and the reduce the shield on his Earth Shatter from 100, 175, and 250 to 100 each flat. I don't know why they didn't say 100 flat.
Yeah.
And then the cost of it from 100 flat to 100, 125, and 150.
Wow.
And we have a series of questions that you guys on Twitter asked, and a couple questions that we came up with. We're going to go ahead and jump right into those, which I think are going to be really awesome to answer and have you guys be a part of. I guess I'll shoot off to Aaron. First question. What do you think the meta game is going to end? Oh, and what is the meta going to look like at the end?
Alright, so from a player point of view or from a competitive point of view? Or do you want me to hit both?
Hit them both.
Okay, so we're gonna start, because we're all players, we're gonna hit it from a player point of view.
Yeah.
So what I see that's gonna happen is, as players, we always want to innovate, and we have a lot of influence from past, MOBAs. So we're gonna be leaning towards, obviously, a solo, someone that can survive in lane that has a, escape, someone that can survive. We're gonna have your mid lane mage, your jungler. It's literally gonna be, that one person top, jungle, mid, duo ADC, or right lane. That's probably what's gonna happen at once we all settle down. But the thing is, it's what I wonder from on a wider level is that the heroes that are going to come out are going to change the meta pace, which I wanted to hit on when we talked about balance changes. In competitive, you have to think about League of Legends. Like when the lane swapping became a thing, it was crazy. Like I remember the first time I heard someone talk about it, they're like, "Oh yeah, TSM was so dominant." This is years ago. They were saying TSM was so dominant, and Korea lane swapped on them, and they got shit on. Well, what if the meta shifts? Where in competitive, when there's competitive, what if the meta switches again? Where okay, boom, now we're seeing dual lanes top. We're seeing since Dragon is not on one side of the map, or as far as you know, what is perceived as the Dragon buff, it's in the middle of the map. That's gonna shift the meta in itself. The layout is so different that all I can say is like I can see it being regulated to the normal MOBA standpoint for players, because that's what we know and that's what we'll go comfortable to playing against. That's what we'll be comfortable warding against. But when the pro scene comes into fruition, that's when the game's really gonna shift. And I honestly I can't even say what's gonna happen because the map is so different than other MOBAs. So that's my stance on that.
I know, John, you had an idea for a meta.
When I agree with Aaron like that, because I agree with Aaron when he says from a player point of view, we want to strive for that innovation. You know what I mean? We want to strive, and me personally, I would be so down to have 3 solo lanes and 2 junglers, because the jungle layout for this game is so beautiful. Me being in League of Legends, like playing League of Legends, I was just jungle main. So seeing this beautiful jungle and the different layers that you can juke people from, you can jump from the top all the way down and just disappear. There's places where you can literally go invisible and people can't see you. So it's so cool to see like how many different options we have as a player. You know, like if that was the meta, imagine that meta. You know what I mean? Like three solos, everybody getting the solo EXP. Every single, all 5 members getting solo EXP, and just straight team fights after that. You know what I mean? I would love to see that. But then, you know, as a competitive point of view, I'm a ranked player as well. So it's like maybe a lot of people will go into that. They would have to see like what's beneficial for what. Like, let's say they take my idea, or you know, the idea of all players being solo is better because. Let's say they take the three solo laners and they go down bot and they kill the ADC and the support. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because obviously 3 solo EXP people are gonna overpower them. Yeah, so it's like, you know, it's kind of like it's adding on to the different strategies that you can use. You know what I mean? Different things that you can use to counter different strategies to break the meta of different of different MOBAs. Yeah. So I'm so excited. You know. Shout out to people, Aaron, because he pointed it out. He's like, I'm so ready to see. You know, I'm so ready to see where this is gonna go, because for jungling you need sustain. You know, and the cards and everything like that. We're gonna touch on that later. It's like we don't know how far that can get. How far the different things you can get for your cards are to help you jungle. So you know that's my point.
Dylan, did you have a meta that you like? I don't know. Since you've started playing, that you think in your head might happen or?
I mean, John and Aaron are both right. With League of Legends being one of the most predominant MOBAs ever.
No, true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone is like, they're stuck to like the old ways that, you know, you have to have the solo main damage by themselves. You have to have the carry and with the support. And one thing with Paragon though is like they are making an effort to say that the carry, especially the AD carry, should have a support with them. For instance, Sparrow, they say in the video that like she shouldn't be by herself. Yeah. She should always be like in the back, in back of the team fights. Now, I don't have as much experience as John and Aaron or Gio in League of Legends, but in Vainglory. Now it's a different story. You know, Vainglory is like one lane and one huge jungle. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And like
that's
what's
totally different
about you know what's different about Vainglory is that you normally the AD carry is supposed to have the support, but in Vainglory their twist on it was that the jungle has the support. Okay. And so it's like it changes that you know that concept. Like damn, I'm not getting ganked by one person, but by 2.
Yes. You see what I mean?
Like one, and keep going, Dylan.
Keep going, sorry.
No, Dylan, you keep going.
Yeah.
Okay. And just like another thing I wanted to talk about, I was never a great jungler. You know, John was always a good jungler. Jungling in League of Legends, like, come on, it's a 2D game. We're looking at it from an Omni perspective. We see it from you know on top of their heads. But the difference that people have to realize is that Paragon, like, there are levels. You know what I'm saying? Like, like John said, you could jump into the jungle. Like, you're not going to get back up there. You know what I'm saying? But, like, you know, that makes a huge difference. They also have bushes on top of the hillsides, you know? Like, a lot of people, I haven't seen them used, you know, well yet. I mean, like, you know, they're not being used. But I can see it making a huge difference in what laning does. Like you could tell, like, oh, I'm for instance, I'm soloing middle lane, but in actuality, I have like 2 people in the brush waiting for that gank. For that
exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, and I agree with with the metas you guys said. One meta I was thinking is that people might do double left, double right, just one center. And then one person, or rotating, just do jungle on left and right, or center as well. Because I was watching a stream, and I did see them use that I guess we'll call it brush, for lack of better terms. There's brush, and or the invisible pool. there was 3 people in there, and I mean, if you're not buying wards or if you don't ward it or around it, person walks straight in, just instantly deleted. And the thing is, if you get a team where you can do the synergy with that, I mean, you'll run the jungle and you'll run any kind of ganks like that. And the thing is, just having a more powerful gank of 2 people or like stronger than 1 person is huge. And like you guys were saying, a good thing with the mechanic in this game is that it is 3D. The levels make it so different that, like with Rampage, I jump through the level so I can get to where I need to be, and it's just a lot of a lot of heroes have that capability where they have a lead. So
Steel.
that second, exactly,
Or
Steel,
a teleport.
or a teleport, Gideon.
Yeah.
That second level means nothing to those heroes. So for escapes and engages, it's huge to plan that kind of stuff, and you're still in the brush, so they're never going to know it's coming. And that's the meta I've seen. I think it's possible that could be a meta.
To be honest, I'm so biased as to like a double jungle meta because
Yeah.
I can already see it now. Like mid laner's running for his life or something like that, gets ganked, and he jumps down into the jungle, and then the guy follows him, and there's 3 people waiting there. The 2 junglers there. You know
That's
what I mean?
huge.
Like
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
just.
I mean, think about
it's
it.
gonna
Like,
be
if they
ridiculous.
had double jungles, like, say, you know, if we're like, say it was a Rampage and Decker. Do you know how crazy that'd be?
Yeah.
Decker with the slow, and then Rampage with the
Disgusting.
stun. It's done.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
You know,
It's done.
y'all can't sleep on my boy Steel Jungle though because you know we still don't have the cards. You know what I mean? We still they're still gonna be coming out, and you know even in League of Legends, you know season 3 that was the assassin jungle meta. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Season 4 turned straight to tank meta like Maokai, whatever. You know if some of you viewers do play League of Legends, you know, and then season 5 was just it was all over the place. You know, like it was like. People had to learn different types of roles in their respective role. You know, different type of champions in their respective role.
I could definitely see the different styles. Like it just could be all right now. It's going to be all over the place.
You know what I mean?
Because it's an alpha.
Yeah, and
But
you know I can
even
already.
then the heroes like they said. I mean, they mentioned it in this patch. The heroes coming out are probably they're gonna either make the game evolve or you're gonna have to change your playstyle right off the bat when that hero comes out and just adapt. And that's what I have feelings for this game is just be huge because it's gonna always forever be changing. And like, yo, Western Killer, what is up, dude? Welcome to the Boober House. And also another thing is I can see the support jungle thing. Like that could be huge because then there'll just be jungle wars to control each side or one side to make sure nobody touches your farm. It could be a big thing as well.
I'm so excited for jungle
Well, I mean,
wars.
to clear it up, I mean, when I say support, like immediately for me, I said support. I immediately thought like, oh, you know, a Janna support. In Vainglory, it's different because when I say support, I mean more like that support is both tank and initiate.
Oh yeah. No, it's
and
like
like Decker by herself, like she is classified as a support role by Epic Games, but playing against her, they're lying.
No.
The damage output is insane.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
that one support that does like ridiculous damage? That one flying girl.
Oh, Mariel does damage.
Oh my god.
Ariel does some work.
She does work. She doesn't do as much damage as Decker. She can just poke you.
She's straight to leave.
Oh man. I mean, and like we said, I mean, the game's in alpha. The meta is probably always going to be forever changing in this game. I don't know if they'll. Well, I mean, with this hero that just came out, Seviraj, they are trying to implement him as a jungle so that people are using a jungler and getting used to that. Because I feel like they want at least one. I can see 2. I can see a jungler with like a bruiser fighter, or even just a support or like ADC as a there to help. Because the thing is, in this game, yeah, you get XP for the kill on the camp or like on the minion, but everyone gets the almost the equal amount of XP, just not the card points for the camp. So you're almost getting the same amount of XP, you're just not getting the same amount of card points. So, I mean, if you're not getting the minion kills, it really doesn't matter because you're going to get the XP and then just you can get card points from assists, other lanes, ganking, all that kind of stuff as well. So I mean, like this, it's just going to be huge. Right now, it's huge. But those are all great points. All great points.
Actually, another thing I want to bring up is that, let's say for instance, like League of Legends, like since they're the most popular MOBA, is that they set the trend, right? The basic 3-lane meta.
Mm-hmm.
So what if League, say for instance, League is they are the set path.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They're like, it's always going to be, one jungle, one middle, it's always going to be like that. But what if, Paragon is different? Paragon is a 3D. Paragon is like the constantly revolving, the opposite of League of Legends. You know what I'm saying? Personally, I could see the 3 single lanes and 2 jungle being very viable. Reason being is that if, say, like there was a team fight in any part of the jungle, that means that team fights are going to be more consistent. Normally in League of Legends, like when you have that team fight, it's like the jungler and like that, that half, and then like the AD carry is still like over here farming. But now it's going to be like more of like a straight up brawl. You're going to be having everyone from the enemy jungle and the other lane to the middle lane, and everyone's just going to be brawling in the jungle.
Exactly, everyone will be there. Yeah, no, I could definitely see that too.
And it's another point that I want to bring up too, and this is completely like I just thought about this. The difference between this and like this game Paragon in League of Legends is like, it's 3D, but then you also got to understand that there's no summoner skills from League of Legends either. So people like when we talk about meta, is it going to be guaranteed that we're going to have that one character that can literally fly across the map? You know what I mean? Or people that can actually do that? Are those people going to be guaranteed, because that creates more map pressure? You know what I mean? That's why I'm gonna go back to my point of the double jungle, because it's like if you could coordinate that type of map pressure. That's what wins games, and that's gonna move on to our next question.
Yeah,
in a little bit. And,
that actually moves us greatly on to our next question. Do you guys, Dylan? This is gonna be, this is for you. Do you think this game will go competitive?
It's hard to say. Like, obviously, right now it's an alpha. I mean, like their jungle camps aren't even finished.
Yeah.
But right now,
I should say more as like as a player. Outlook on it, like, would you think it'll go competitive?
Yeah, I mean, if it can go competitive, like, it's weird, because it's like, normally it's like when you're competitive, it's like, who's the better laner, but because like there's so many viable options for Paragon, it's like, who's the better team? Like,
definitely.
It's just, like I said, since they are in alpha, it's hard to tell. Like, if they continue with this kind of item building style, like rather than having different items, you have one item and you upgrade it 3 times. I just feel like that's a little like too loose of an end to like.
Too casual. It's like,
like it's too like there's no set, like I don't know if it would make that much of an impact, because even as it is right now, like we don't know the limit of everything. They say that you get 500 health from this upgrade. Is that a lot? Is 2800 health a lot for me for an AD carry? Like, or is it not enough? So I mean, it's hard to tell because there's so many unknown factors right now.
Definitely, no, and I'm gonna toss this to Aaron. This question, it's also a side question. Talking about being competitive and stuff like that, it's an addition to this one. We all know the game's still in alpha. Speculating and just hypothetically speaking, since it is an alpha, I mean, like you said, they honestly don't even have the mana costs on the side of the abilities. So sometimes you're kind of questioning, can I do a full rotation of like my skills or stuff like that? But Aaron, do you think there's going to be picks and bans or like a ranking system in this game?
Alright, so this is something that is actually huge from what I was watching earlier, which I hope that they implement, because I think a lot of MOBAs are scared to do it, but this is a couple of things I think are going to happen. Picks and bans. I think there is going to be a protect option now with Paragon. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Like a
elaborate.
Instead of just bans, I feel like they're going to make teams able to protect certain cards and protect certain champions.
Cards?
And either ban it. And I feel like it's going to be like, because this is how it works. For example, in the competitive Black Ops scene, if anyone is into that, you can choose to ban perks, save perks, ban weapons or save weapons, ban champions or ban specialists. So I feel like in Paragon they're gonna be like, okay, listen, these cards are strong. If we're gonna keep this competitive and have a card system, maybe you have maybe 4 bans. Are you gonna use your 4 bans on 4 cards that you don't want to see? Are you gonna use it to save a champion or save a card you want to see? Or you're gonna use it all to ban certain champions you don't want to see in your game? And that's the hugest way I think that Paragon will be competitive, is if they implement that.
I mean that would be huge. To make it that innovative. I mean, like the game. Let's be honest. This game, as a MOBA, has been probably the most innovative game I've seen in a really long time. I mean, they're implementing so many new factors. The whole card thing, which we have a whole section about the cards that we're gonna be talking about, guys. But like the card factor, the hero factor, the 3D, the 3D finesse, and everything about it like is new. The way you build items and build characters.
Wow.
Everything. The way you can master. I mean, a lot of MOBAs don't even have mastering heroes.
Yeah.
I mean, this game,
exactly.
this game has it shows that you are proficient with this hero. The amount of games you play, because we all play. We know it doesn't take that. I mean, it takes long to master a champion. I think a hero. So that as well, and being awarded for that and rewarded for that. So having if they include all that kind of rank or however the rank system is going to work, because apparently I'm reading right now and I saw on somebody's stream there is a way you can find what elo you are in Paragon, but there's no rank system or anything yet. Yeah. So obviously that elo is kind of just tossed in the air and it's not really tangible or means anything, but. I mean, Aaron, that was a huge point because if they're gonna do like that, yeah. Because if you're gonna have to be worried about heroes, cards, like stuff like that,
that's like. Okay, go ahead.
With the point of like guaranteeing, like the fact, like imagine if people did not have the ability to use Zonias like during a game, like in League of Legends. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
that's that's so huge. Like that's so important for certain like. Wow, that was ridiculous. That was ridiculous.
It raises another huge question, because you asked me about pick and ban and whether or not you think it'll be competitive. Another huge question is, will they do a 1-part phase pick and ban, or will they do 2? Will they do a pick and ban phase for champions, and then will they do 1 for cards, or will they limit each competitive team to say 4 or 5 bans, and now you have to choose. Do you really don't want to play against Grux, or do you want to get rid of Adamant Edge? You need to choose this now. Yeah. So that would make pro teams, like, what have you've been scrimming for all these weeks, what have you decided, what is your best optimal way? And then, like, it opens up so many more things for coaches. Like, I'm talking about like competitive, like analysts.
Of course.
And if they look at Korea, what is Korea banning in cards? What are they banning in champions? What are they? It opens up, and if they want to really make it competitive and make you if they want to make the people brain bust, and like what do we do?
No, dude, I agree, because I mean, then it brings up to the point, like, are you gonna try to only benefit one team comp that your team can make, hoping that they don't ban any specific cards that you need or heroes that you need?
Yep.
Or are you gonna go more defensively and pick things that you don't want to go against, or cards that are iffy because if they snowball and build it early, you're gonna have a really big problem in that game. Yeah. So that's a really good point.
We have to also remember that, like, I mean, that's a really good point. But we have to also remember that because there's such a wide, diverse variety of cards, we haven't even talked about how each character can only use certain specific cards.
We got a topic for that cards in a bit. But yeah, that is true. We haven't even touched that.
But I just feel because the pool is so big, it's hard to really finalize that pick. In League of Legends, like John said, if you get rid of Zonias, that is a huge
for all casters. You know what I mean? And like Infinity Edge off all ADCs, like that makes them practically.
It makes you have to build them differently.
Yeah. But I feel like or use a different character. Paragon, if you get rid of like Adamant's Edge, you could build something else that's just as good.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, those are all great points. We're actually, I mean, since we're talking about it, we'll go ahead and for the newcomers. I guess John Lee, we'll swing this back to you. What are some beginner tips for new mobile players, whether they're coming
Man, he
from
just started playing.
you know, but
What-
you know, as a experienced mobile player, this is the the innovative thing about Paragon is now they're going as a MOBA, they're going towards PS4 and computer, cross
Cross-platform,
platform,
yeah,
cross platform.
yeah.
So,
Um,
in the PS4 world, there was not any real MOBAs that were prominent.
no,
you know what I
true,
mean? So like, actually bringing a MOBA into a PS4 world, a lot of people don't understand the basic necessities of going into a
Very
MOBA,
true.
of actually succeeding in a MOBA game. You know what I mean? When things get down to the wire and they get competitive, people just kind of like fluster because they don't know, okay, now it's late game, we need to rotate together, we need to group as
Yeah,
a team,
yeah.
you know, like, and that's something we experienced already. Like, just, queuing up as 4 people, that one random is just like, I don't know what to do, so I'm gonna rush down mid and I'm gonna try to kill everybody I can, you know what I mean? And it's like, and it's like, no, that's not how you have to play. You have to rotate with us. You have to stick with us. Get the buff, the Baron buff with us. You know what I mean? Or push top together, or get the inhibitor together. You know, it's like, it's just for the new players. You just kind of have to like calculate the situation that you're in and try to push towards common goals. You know what I mean? Like necessary goals that you need to get down to be able to get that win. You know, destroy that nexus. Like
for sure.
and try to communicate the best you can. I know like it's a lot easier to communicate on PC because you can type and everything like that.
My one tip, yeah.
On the PS4, they're very innovative with that too. They have the whole entire system where you can just click to the right twice and it'll ping them to go top and things like that. You know what I mean? Listen to pings. Very important to listen to actual like people trying to communicate with you. Because like if you're in a team as 5 people, you're 1/5 of the team, literally. Like, oh my god, math, right?
Yeah.
But it's like you like
Do you even math?
but it's like, do you even math, bro? But it's like But it's like you're literally such an important player in a team. Everybody has their job that you need to do. So it's like just stick with the team and do your job, do your part. And that's what I say.
The only, you nailed my tip, especially on PS4. I just want to mention, like, if you haven't played on PS4 and you're coming from a PC player, it is a little harder to communicate because you don't have that option to type yet. They are adding it. It's in alpha. You don't have that option yet, and you don't have the group chat yet, voice-wise, because that's not there yet, but it's going to be there. But use the pings. It's really easy. It's L1, circle any kind of way, circle again any kind of way, circle, square, X, triangle, any kind of way. And it's just a really, really good ping system, and it's there for a reason. The only other thing too is, which I started doing in the last game I played, is actually warding. Just make sure you have a ward slot when you have that 1 point that you like never ever spend because you're waiting to get 7 again, which isn't going to help you with anything because you're still at the end going to have that 1 point that's still sitting there. Just buy a ward. It actually, honestly, I saw it in a game and on a stream actually make a difference, and it's huge. There's a lot of people running. I don't know if you guys know, but I know a lot of you Paragon people that are watching the Red Death or the Purple Death run. A lot of people are just building teams and just rushing and killing. I think they call them Orb Prime or Optimus Prime, whatever you want to call them. They're just killing Optimus Prime and running it every single time and just pushing the game with OP buff. And the best way to stop that team is ward. Wear ward right there because they're going to sit there and destroy it. I don't know if Aaron or Dylan, if you guys have any tips that you want to hand out, but just definitely throw them in if you have them.
Aaron, this one's for you. In the immortal words of Sky Williams, play like a bitch.
You did not.
Play like a bitch, okay? Like, this sounds like a joke because personally it is. But you, like, just because you fucking rambled that nigga down into his lane, bro, that don't make you cool. It don't make you that team player. Play smart, yeah? Okay, guys? It's a team effort.
No,
like
it's
John
true.
said.
It's true, man. It's true.
And
Play smart, guys.
aside, and this is honest, this is a huge point that I'm gonna hit. Aside from the points that were already hit, and this is a huge thing that I found through the years. Actually, that's helped me. Watch streams, watch VODs.
Oh yeah.
You know, because if you're, it's huge. You can sit there and you can only learn so much from the situations that you put yourself in the game. so if you're learning, like, even if you take, okay, let me say step one, take time out to learn from your games. You know, realize what you did. If you have like a little recording system, just watch it. You know, be like, I could have did this better, that better. But also understand that when you're playing the game, you only witness certain situations. So go and watch someone else. They're gonna be in a different situation. Like, holy shit! If I was playing, because you know, all y'all Twitch people are backseat gamers. So be like, oh, you can be like, literally, it's like, oh, if I was him, I would have did this. Boom. So now you learned, easy right there. Or you'd be like, oh, that was dope. I wouldn't have thought of that. He did this. So now you don't only have the information from what you could have done in your specific game, but now you have information on what, okay, I've watched this person and this is what they did and this is what I would have done. So now you're maximizing gains. Now you're getting good. So that's it.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
I agree.
to go off of what Aaron said, like, really, like, if you understand your situation, learn from your situation and accept it. Like, if you die, they're the reason why you died. You just don't die. You know what I'm saying?
I was out of position.
You're probably were pushed. You didn't work, like Gio said, or because of me, you're not playing like a bitch. There's something wrong with your situation. You have to like realize that, and that's the only way you're gonna get better.
Yep,
That's for sure.
That's big right there.
Yeah,
that's
no, for sure, for sure. I mean, all those are great tips to help, because I mean, like John, just really quick touching on it, John said a lot of people on PS4, I mean, MOBAs are new to console gaming. I think Smite was the first one that came to console on Xbox first, then PS4. So
Smite was on Xbox.
Yeah,
exactly, and then it came to PS4 later, but Xbox got first, like early access. So like that came out first. And then, like, this is the second MOBA coming out. So, like, just, like, watch the streams, do your research. It's really just doing your research, and you'll be better. We're all on the learning train right now, and it's whether you want to jump on it and proceed or just stop at a station. It's that simple. Actually, talking on, like, doing all that kind of stuff, do you guys think, we're going to go on the card subject, actually, because that's another big point that we keep bringing up. Do you guys think that the cards and the way that the cards are distributed actually hinders gameplay? Why or why not? Aaron, I know you were bringing up some good points about it. I'll let you go ahead and
okay.
Take that.
So, without being, because I can give you like a baby rage point of view and like a good point of view. I'm not gonna go to the baby rage one because no one wants to hear that we're talking facts. Talking facts, I can call it balanced in a way because we can all earn them the same way we're like I'm level 10 per se, John is what his level is and we're all at certain levels. At certain levels, hey, I played for this much, I earned this much from playing, because you can't get shit for free, you have to earn it, and boom, I have these card backs, let me open them, and then you get these certain cards. Maybe you're optimized because of the situation or the RNG that you got. Maybe you can pick up a boss ass Kalari because you got those cards, or maybe maybe I'm unlucky, I don't have Kalari cards, but hey, I got some boss ass gadget cards, so let me go play her. In that way it's balanced, but it is a hindrance because what if you don't want to play those kinds of champions? What if you're predominantly this kind of player? And it is a setback because it is RNG. You cannot then go in the shop and buy specific cards, at least not yet, because we don't know that. So, from what we don't, I think the best thing for them to implement a way that you can buy specific cards with in-game money or, in real-life cash, but right now it's only random. So I feel like it's a hindrance in the sense where you cannot be specific. So if someone gets lucky, now they can play the champion that they like the most efficiently. And, if you don't, then you can't, So that's what I have to say about that.
Let me, I haven't really answered a question yet, so let me go ahead and I'll actually answer this one as well.
No, I don't want you to answer.
Yeah, right? You're just a host, don't talk! No, I actually agree. Because it is a hindrance that people can't buy. I actually like that it's very innovative. They implemented a new system. You can customize your character however you want. I'm going to play devil's advocate and say everything's great about it. You can customize your character however you want. You can play him however you want. You get to upgrade any kind of way you want, any play style. It's yours. I like that you can only buy cards as card packs, not singles. People are going to be like, what are you, gay? No. Because I just think... I think it's a smart move. Because if they do implicate single card buying, people are just gonna, especially if they do it with cash money and in-game money. I mean, low-level Smurfs or anybody that's trying to just start playing, or like even other people, they're just gonna buy the deck right away and play it however they want, and that's it. There's no growth at that point. There's no growth with your, like, you're not like, oh man, I just got this new card. Let me go ahead and like update my deck, all that kind of stuff. Like you don't feel fancy when you're like, no, you just like opened a pack. It's like taking us back to like kids. And you first started playing Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and you got that fat 15-card booster pack. You opened it, and you're like, "Oh, I got Pikachu!" And like, like literally, you thought it was the coolest thing. And
okay.
Can we talk about how he said Yu-Gi-Oh, but then he said Pikachu?
Hold on. I said Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, and then I said,
Gia, aren't you feeling a little biased about this? Because you've been playing card games all your life. You don't
no,
because I know. I mean, we play Magic together, so you think about it. I was hyped when I was hyped when I got those cards too. But then, are you? This is a question to relate to Paragon.
Yeah.
Do you agree with the RNG?
I
Quote me, by the way.
Quote on John, 2K.
Do you agree
2K16,
with the RNG?
Do I agree with the RNG? Right now, since it's alpha, I don't know what's out there. I don't know if a lot of people are saying they don't know if there's anything above uncommon, if it's just common and uncommon right now, if there's any rares, if there's any ultras, anything like that. Legendaries. Since I don't know what is out there, my mind is kind of closed on that subject. I'm going to say yes, I agree on the RNG, because I feel like it's even for everyone. I feel like everyone is optimizing and getting an even chance.
But
no, I think
that's my
there
take
are
on it.
rare cards though.
I said, I don't know. I'd have to actually, you know what? Let me. Well, you guys, Dylan, you can if you want to input on that. I'm gonna actually Google image and see if I can find if there is rare Paragon.
I mean, because I think like it's weird because you have class cards, like you have we didn't talk about it yet. I'm not sure if we're gonna talk about it yet, but each card and each character has like a specific characteristic about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Gideon is corruption and order, and those are two specific things. Gideon can only use cards that are both either uncommon or corruption and
That's right, we didn't even touch that.
Intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, since Gio is playing, Devil's Advocate, and he's 4, I'm neutral.
Okay.
I feel like it's good and bad. I mean, if you think about it, because they took out the need for boots, which is a staple in mobile.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They gave you 6 open slots, and that is a lot of power. You know what I'm saying? That's like saying, bro, I have 6 like Infinity Edges in League of Legends. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's huge.
But in Paragon, because of the upgrading system, you have almost a total of 18 items. For granted, those extra 3 items are,
augments,
basic tier. But like, they're basically, it's like a ruby crystal in League of Legends, a dagger. But you have like 18 of those, which is pretty insane. So I'm neither for or against it. It's neutral for me.
Yeah. No, and I agree. We didn't really touch on it. I'm trying to see if I can find a picture that at least shows the character's face, because in game when you're looking at a character, you can see here on the screen how there's red and gray, red and neutral. Okay, here. I wish I could zoom it in. But in this thing, you can check on above their face. It'll be green and red, white and black, black and black, red and blue, all that kind of different stuff. It's very specific, so that also creates how you build your character, because you can't just put a different card for a different character, like Aaron was saying. It's going to make you want to play other people, or just try to wait until you get good cards on that character to increase and build on them. It's very good. Like I said, it's very innovative. I love it. I'll die with it.
We'll see.
I'll die with this card system.
We'll see. Dylan's neutral. He's for the RNG, and Aaron, he's neutral as well when it comes to certain things. But me, I honestly believe the card system is gonna make every single person excel in what they do. And hear me out on this. You know what I mean? Because right now, you see how they're balancing things and how they're showing us like some of their characters right now in alpha are very OP. You know, we're still like, you know, the card system is still in alpha as well. You know, the whole game's in alpha. So it's like, imagine a Kalari that jungles and literally comes right out of the bush and destroys you without a doubt, like nothing. She throws a dagger, you're dead. You know what I mean? Like we're still like, I think the card system right now is just gonna be too strong because eventually once they start coming out with those rares and things like that, and you know, like, you know what, Deathfire Grasp, if you guys remember how that item was, you know, like it was literally so it was so unbalanced. Like I believe a lot of the cards that are going to come in for certain characters are going to be just ridiculously unbalanced. Agreed. You know, like let's give Kalari like lifesteal in the jungle and she sustains forever without having to back until she gets like 16 card points.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You know what I mean?
The thing is, we don't know if they're going to balance cards yet. I feel like it might get to that point because they're technically items. They are the items that we get, so they're probably going to do some balance changes on those. Obviously, probably not, like it's alpha. They're probably going to get some more feels about it. But it brings up our next topic. I want to touch really quick, just a really quick touch. Like I said, I just tried to Google search some cards that are above common and uncommon. I couldn't really find any images. So, do you guys think it's just going to stay at uncommon, or do you guys think there's going to be rare, and maybe like mythic, or something like that kind of cards that you can pull out of booster packs, or maybe like Aaron said, you could buy them solo? Like, where do you think the card tier list is going to stop? And I'll toss that question to you, Dylan.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yeah. It's all speculation because I don't know. I doubt anybody knows. So this is just like, what do you think?
No, I know. I'm a beta tester. I know. Damn, that's a tough one. I feel like
them skills. What's up, man?
Because it's so innovative. You know, you could do so many things with it. It's I feel like they should keep it to just common and, you know, just rares. Because if you have like 4 tiers, say you had 4 tiers and like 10 cards per each, that's over 40 cards for just that for that element, for corruption, for intelligence, and that's a lot of cards. And to touch way back on what Aaron said, if they were to ban that, then it would strictly be banning legendary cards. Yeah, like, you know, like they would only be banning legendary cards, and then like they wouldn't even think about the commons anymore, which, you know, make a huge difference in gameplays.
Yeah. I agree. That's true. Aaron, did you want to input on the card tiers at all, or no?
I'll do like a short like excerpt on it. Like honestly, like from what you guys are making really good points, and all I'm gonna say is from like a business standpoint, you have to understand it's Epic Games. They've had very successful games. Their Gears of War saga was amazing. You know, they know what they're doing. If they want their game to go competitive, I don't know exactly what they're gonna do, but I have no doubt they're gonna balance it. Come on,
of course.
If they want to go competitive, they're going to have to, and they're gonna work really hard to do it. Is it gonna be perfect all the time? No, because League isn't. Smite isn't. Dota isn't. But I feel like let's be real, if they want to go competitive, which I think they do, they're gonna do what they have to do. So I'm not really worried. As far as how they're gonna do it, I'm not sure.
And you know, this kind of touches on what this is gonna be my input. This is gonna touch on like what Aaron said too, like what he said right there. League isn't perfect right now. Like, and Dylan said there's gonna be way too much crap to ban. They're gonna straight up ban legendaries. They're having that issue in League of Legends right now in their ranking. There is way too many overpowered people for them to ban everybody. You know what I mean? Like they're only allowed 6 bans for what? Now we have over almost like 200 champions. You know what I mean? So there's like after the 3 main bans for each team, they still have at least 1 or 2 people left over that are OP. You know what I mean? So is this game going to run into the same problem? Because right now we have a confirmed number of at least 36 new heroes coming in. You know what I mean? You guys can see that if you get the challenger pack, they'll tell you you're going to get the next guaranteed 36 or whatever that number is. Heroes. So
good to know.
And then it's like all the heroes and then all the cards and then like what are they gonna ban? How are they? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it's like I have no doubt that they're gonna, they're gonna strive for that balance because that's what they've been doing right now. That goes back to our first point we talked about at the beginning of the stream, where it's like they're really good. They're really on top of that. Like when something is shown to be OP, like
Grux,
Grux. Like when something is shown to be OP, they try their hardest to fix it. You know what I mean? So I agree with Aaron 100% when they're gonna do their job no matter what.
Oh yeah.
I just want to see it happen.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait to see what, especially with the card system, since it's the only MOBA that does something like this, where it's gonna go and how far they're gonna take it with. Because like it's always cool playing against people, and like you look at their build and you're like, damn, I don't have that card yet. Like I gotta read it what it does, and like, damn, I hope I get that card, and like because it's really good. Awesome points.
I just had this thought, and I feel like something that would remedy both the problem of like, well, what if there's too many characters and too many cards? Like what are we going to ban? I feel like the best thing that could remedy that is what if you banned the element? Because say for instance I banned corruption. That means and all corruption cards are banned.
You said I'm gonna ban half the champion pool for mid or something like that.
See, but the problem with that, that would be very stressful. The only problem I would see with that is because for the people that, because the people that have that are the heroes that are mixed, and like they have a deck built towards more one, like they're gonna have to obviously redo their deck.
Exactly, but then
that'd be pretty crazy. That'd be pretty crazy. That'd be interesting. Yeah,
but that sounds like you're banning entire rune like sections. You know what I mean? Because you know how in League of Legends there's four different rune sections. You said
it'd be interesting.
Reds can go like they all die, and it's like
you better have a different rune page.
Boy.
Like think about it. Like League of Legends has like how many champions? I don't even know anymore.
Yeah,
and like if we're gonna have that many champions, you know how many combinations of that would be? Gideon is corruption and intelligence. Twin Blast is all fury. Rampage is fury and harvest or whatever. There's a lot they could do with that.
Yeah, like think about it this way, because a lot of the tanks, they're like tanky or red, tanky or damage bruisers, you know what I mean? So you're that like just banning that in general is gonna force literally everybody that mains that type of champion to go tank or to go damage, and that's like that's a lot. That's a lot. It's like
I have something that can possibly close this out really nice. You ready?
Yeah, spit it.
Drop that sign.
Like I said, we extending from my last point because I think I covered it well. Like I said, it's Epic Games, established company. They're gonna do their thing. What I think they can do my last excerpt on this is that blacklist certain items in competitive play. That's it.
Oh yeah, like a ban list.
Just literally in ranked, when you're playing ranked games, there's certain things that are because they're gonna want to get crazy. They want you guys to have fun. They don't want to cookie cut shit like, oh no, it's too OP. Let's not let our players have fun. No, maybe in competitive they just say, hey, in norms this is a thing. But in competitive, no, this is a competitive game. We blacklist these certain things. You're playing ranked at home, there's certain things that are blacklisted. But in normals and customs, and even if they make an ARAM map, then you can play whatever the hell you want. And boom, easy balance fix right there.
It's kind of like standard and modern freaking MTG.
Yeah. And then that
and it is a card game, so they're gonna have a ban list.
They're gonna have a ban list or some sort of thing. That actually takes us beautiful. Because every card game has a ban list. And
quote his ass too.
That actually takes us to one of our other topics, but I'm just going to give us a lenient topic right now. We'll start with John Lee. Who's your favorite hero?
Right now?
Yep.
Your boy Rampage is so dirty. He makes no sense. I am a Leviathan looking ass, Titan looking, Hulk looking ass boy. I throw stones. I throw stones that stun my. You know what I mean? It's like, and then if I almost die, guess what? I don't release the Kraken on these bro. Nah, man, that guy is just too much. He can literally just jump into the tower, take as much damage as he wants, smack you twice and your mom, and then just wake up and walk away.
The grandmammy.
Yo,
Oh my God. Aaron, what about you?
Yo,
Yo.
when we're doing this, why don't we show champions? John just said Rampage. Let's show Rampage.
Okay. Oh yeah. Very nice. Very nice actually.
Because there are only few words that can describe how ugly Rampage is.
Let's go ahead and whoops.
So for John's vote is Rampage. Let's pull him up, Lev, and see how beautiful our young lady is. Young Taylor
Beautiful
Swift.
The young
Leviathan.
Gorilla looking at
the young lady. Oh man, that's actually a really good picture right there.
Yo, let me see. No.
Let's see. All right,
Look at that. Look at that beautiful.
This is Rampage
Yeah, I
right
know.
here, ladies and
Oh.
gentlemen. That's actually him in alt form. Oh, this is a really good picture right here.
Oh yeah.
This is Rampage. It's
Look at
actually
those
big.
abs. Why?
This is Rampage, guys. So this is who his favorite hero is at the moment. Remember, this is probably gonna
They're
change.
still-
Yeah, obviously later on. Aaron, who's your favorite hero?
Alright, so favorite hero from aesthetics. You already know Severage. The guy looks
Oh.
amazing.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
yeah. Of course. I've been
Aesthetics-wise,
showing.
it
If you
has
guys
to
are
be
wondering who
Severage.
Severage is, and if you guys didn't know, because I didn't, Severage actually has. Which I mean, this is another innovative thing that they've done for character aesthetics. He has a passive that is stacking.
Ugh.
So you actually use an ability. What is it? Siphon, Aaron?
Yes.
Okay, use an ability called Siphon to last hit, and it gives you an AD or HP stack.
It gives you so it gives you AD, and
Okay.
at 40, 70, 90, and 100, you get stat bonuses, and each one
Okay.
augments your appearance.
Okay, so I have the augmented appearance right here. This is him starting fresh. Second tier, third tier, fourth tier, and fifth tier.
He gets a big ass head.
Fifth tier is ginormous. Like that is huge. And for stacks, I mean, this is the first MOBA I've seen. Maybe I don't keep track with Smite or
Mars.
anything like that or any other MOBAs, but I know League of Legends doesn't do it for sure.
No.
But I mean, Paragon. I mean, I gave him a huge shout out, and they liked my comment because I mean, dude, character aesthetics and features like this for a stack on an ability to go that far.
Yeah.
That I mean, you can tell that they're taking their time and putting work into that champion. That's crazy.
They gave him
Craziness.
a crown.
Let me go ahead
Max
and
stacks,
actually.
you get to look like a king.
Yeah, so you have
the
max
crown of
stats.
Prince right here.
Oh
Love
my
it.
god.
Severage. It's like
And
that.
I'm
It's
gonna
pretty
throw this out here right
fast.
now. Yo, Severage would murder Nasus. I'm just gonna say that.
Yes, he will. He
Drop Mike.
I mean-
Mike,
Nah,
boy.
he murdered Nasus. I agree with you, but he wouldn't murder Cho'Gath back in the day.
But yeah.
the non-limit stack, the size of the map
Yeah,
type
yes.
stack. No.
You guys don't
Uh,
know until you see a Cho'Gath poking his out of the screen, bro. You don't know.
Dylan,
Yeah.
who's your favorite
That's
hero? This is
My favorite hero.
Severage. You guys
Right
want
now, personally, I play. That's the tough. I play Gideon. That's one of my favorite
Okay.
heroes because he's the most relatable to like League of Legends for me. So he's
Got
easier to pick up.
Braves looking at.
One character I think that is like that embodies Paragon is probably Rampage because he
Yes!
has that jump.
Rampage hype,
He
boy.
jumps over you. He forces you to look over.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he makes you look up. You
Yeah,
know, like
he does. Yeah, he does. He makes sure makes you look up. That's for sure. Yeah.
hey, bro, how many times Rampage jumps and y'all look up like, damn, where'd he go?
I don't look up. I run for my life
So
because I just hear that noise.
Two Rampage, one Severage. Mine, you guys already know, is Calamari all day.
Let's go.
Calamari.
Young.
All day.
Calamari.
Wait, guys,
Kalari
can
is
we-
honestly.
Let's establish this here, okay?
What the-
Kalari is actually calamari.
It's yeah.
20 plus is Arsenal from Arrow. Arrow is Katniss.
Katniss.
True.
Katniss
Right,
Everdeen.
You guys heard it here first,
Here, let me go ahead
alright?
and
On
pull
Geo
up.
stream. Let's go. Let's say.
Where's
Young calamari.
Sparrow? Let me pull up Sparrow so they know. This is Katniss. I mean,
That's young Everdeen right there. That's
it
young
looks like
Everdeen.
young Everdeen. I mean, this picture right here, I don't know if you guys can
Bro.
see it, but this right here, is this a cosplay? No, that's actually the real thing. That is, it looks like her.
She look like my sister.
But, alright, so that's everyone's favorite hero. If you guys have a favorite hero, please do let us know in the chat, and let us know in the comments below. This is going to be on YouTube as well. Thank you, everyone, for watching, following, and subscribing. Toss that. You saw that? You saw what I
Yeah,
did there?
bro.
No, I'm just kidding. Alright, actually, next question. Aaron actually tipped it a bit. What other, or actually, sorry, Dylan actually tipped it because he said Gideon was most relatable to him from other MOBAs. What techniques did you guys bring from other MOBAs to this game to actually help you out your like first game? Aaron, I'll give that question to you.
Okay, so basically, this is something that like the Paragon community knows from the PlayStation experience in Twitch chat. Everyone spammed it. Your boy brought out Twin Blast. He's a Lucian, but white. Come on, boys. I was like, you know what? I was a Lucian main. I have a dash. I have a culling. I have auto attacks. I know how to kite. That's what I brought. I was like, okay, this champion is very relatable. He's almost like, you know, he's kind of the same. So it's like if you know how to CS, lasted as an ADC, which he is. You know, if you know how to kite back with a dash, there you go. You know how to double barrel, you know, double pistol auto, there you go. So that was the most relatable thing I can bring that I brought for me. That helped me a lot my first game because your boy popped off. It was like I was playing Lucian.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
You saw that
We're
shit,
watching a
man?
dirty
Oh.
Severage play right here on Paragon's
That
Twitter.
knockback boy.
Dylan, or actually John Lee, what did you bring from MOBAs?
See, what I brought from, you see, my prominent knowledge of League of Legends, what I brought to this game is feeding. Because I die every 5 minutes in this game because I have to look left and right, up and down. No, I'm going to rant. You sit down and listen to me because I'm in pain. Because
Yo,
I try to go through the jungle and I'm like, okay, I'm invisible in this bush. They don't see me, right? All right, Paragon people, if y'all listening to this, I think they see me in that bush because every single time I'm there, somebody throws something at me. Okay, I don't know. I'm supposed to be invisible, but I would get that rock thrown at me from.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. But no, on a serious note, for what I brought to this game is, you know, I guess I tried to bring the meta of League of Legends here, you know, with the AP carry going mid and you know, heavy tank on the top. I try to play mid this time, innit?
Yo,
you know,
what's
it
up,
didn't
Lord
work out
Neil?
for me too
AKA
much.
Nathan, what's up, dude?
And it didn't work out for me that much, you know. Like I said, I'm feeding, but you know, I'll get somewhere one day.
Yeah. Dylan, what did you bring from other MOBAs?
See, now this isn't exactly a MOBA. Okay, hear me out. I've been playing a lot of H1Z1 lately. Oh yeah, H1Z1. That's the shit.
That MOBA.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, fat
Kill to kill.
MOBA. No, I'm just kidding.
And one thing I learned from H1Z1 is pre-med. Like, get some meds, like health potions and all that.
Yes.
And before you
yes.
get into a fight, heal up. Like, pop it before you get into a fight. You know, you have that effect beforehand.
Yep.
And another thing is, and I cannot stress this enough to our viewers, play like a bitch. Like, this has saved me
Yes,
so
boo.
many times.
Slay.
Yeah,
Like,
so
when people are team fighting, I am pushing. Okay.
When my boys are dying,
Do that.
when my
Do
boys
that,
are dying in the war,
So when
I
people
am not
call, give the call.
there. I'm
When they
doing
give
what
the
I
call,
have
we're
to do
meeting
as a
up
man.
in
No.
bottom lane. I'm freezing my lane. Okay, until I can see everyone in bottom lane, I'm gonna freeze the fuck out. I'm sorry, I'm gonna freeze my lane. And then when I see you, I'm gonna push. Okay.
Yo, you did not just
You can
say
die top,
they're
dude, Jill.
team
I'm gonna
fighting.
get these minions.
I see you guys. Team fighting. I see you ping. But I'm gonna go get this camp real quick.
I hear you, fam, but let me do me.
I'm gonna just do one more hit. I'm not gonna take the tower. I'm not gonna take it. I'm gonna push it deep.
See, I'm gonna walk through this jungle, right? Try to come in, but I'm gonna take these jungle creeps,
Yo.
cause that's gonna help me.
Yo, too funny. Yo, John, I love you, man. That's so funny.
Oh, man.
One thing I brought is definitely just the pinging. Actually, I honestly, I don't like that. Yeah, push it deep. I honestly, I'm glad that there's not typing. Like, I'm glad that PS4 just has that pings, because they get the message out. They do what you need to do. You don't have to sit there wondering, like, oh, crap, and I gotta, like, figure this out, all that kind of stuff. But, no, I like the pings, and just ping. I mean, use them if you want to use them defensively, aggressively. And another thing with Dylan is the health pots. Use them during your fight as well. A lot of people don't, like, forget to just pop, and, like, I just use them during the fight as well. You know, you have the extra ones. So that's what I brought. It's just communication.
Communication.
For sure. So that actually, I think we're almost done here. We got a couple more questions. A really quick one too. Another one that is just like really basic is what other game modes do you think they will bring to Paragon?
Let me touch the hair real quick.
Yo, you're up. Do it.
He said.
I will tell you.
Let me
right
kill this.
now-
Let me touch it.
I'll tell you right now what's gonna happen. It's gonna be the most hype thing you've seen in your life.
Yo, let me know. Yeah, let me have my ears.
Because of the fast travel and because of the mechanic is already in place because of Baron, capture the flag. And it's going to be the craziest thing you've ever
Imagine running through the jungle.
It is going to be the craziest thing you've ever seen
Alright,
in
you
your
just
life.
made my
and
night.
I
You
promise
made my
you.
night.
It's gonna be fun.
No, with the
That'd be
fast running
capture the-
too.
Yeah, exactly. The
Yeah.
Oh
the
my
fast moving,
god,
fast moving.
travel.
So you have the fast travel, the bush. You have the, I mean,
and it's
The
gonna
side
be
dukes
crazy.
bit.
Baron
it's
already
gonna be
is
crazy.
pretty much capture the flag because you kill him, pick up the orb.
They're
you
gonna
go somewhere
implement-
else.
Rampage
Yo,
MVP, guys.
listen, they're gonna
Fucking
implement. It's
That'd
gonna be
be
crazy
huge.
because when the cards come in, you're gonna see Kalari. She's like, "Yo,
Yeah.
pick up the flag," and all you see is
Yo.
5 people come from the jungle just pathing over and over.
That'd
It's gonna
be
be
cool.
crazy because the fights are going to be chaotic and it's
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
Oh, man.
Capture the flag is nice. I really
That's
like that one. I
cool.
really
That's
like
dope.
That's
That
cool.
is
Dylan,
really dope.
Dylan, do you have one that you think would come out?
Gio, I will answer your question with a question. Okay.
Oh, we getting philosophical here.
That's a weapon. You can't go after that, man. You know, like Aaron just dropped the mic on me.
Oh, shit. Yeah, actually, honestly, no. Dylan, that's funny because you were saying exactly what I was thinking. Because I was like, I don't know what else. Like, I mean, if I say something, my game one's gonna look like crap compared to Aaron's. Like, it's gonna be like, why would you even like? If we were at a business like meeting for Paragon and we all sat at the table, and Aaron was like, they were like, you know, guys, like, it's alpha, but how can we like furthermore grab future audience? And Aaron's like, hold up real quick, let me tell you something right now.
He's like, let me drop these
he
nuts
just, yeah,
on it.
and he just spit that, and I'm
Spit
like,
a hot
I'm
fire.
at the table, I'm like, yo, today I said
puts away your resume. Just
Today I
like-
said tomorrow.
I was like, today I said I was gonna be brave.
And
I
then
have
yesterday
one too,
I said
sir.
today.
I have one too, and he's like, you do? I mean, because that pretty much sold the deal. What do you have?
Never mind. I ain't.
You look good today.
And like,
I like your shoes.
But listen, do you know what we can do though? If, on that topic, unless someone else has something, we can. Do you think they'll add another map for it, or what? Do you think it'll be the same thing, or
Okay.
Smite has many maps?
Okay,
so-
true.
No. That's what I was gonna. That's what I was gonna.
Oh, you know
before
what?
everybody
Hold
shut
on,
me
hold
up.
on. Actually, no. What I will say is, I would like to see, like Smite and like other MOBAs, 2v2, 3v3, stuff like that. Smaller games.
Okay.
I'd like to see that.
That'd be dope.
And John?
No small games, none of that. All right, because we've seen the intricacy. I can't even talk because I'm so dumbfounded about my wonderful idea. But we've seen the intricacy of like what the company has done with Gears of War, how big those maps have been. You know what I mean? And this is a completely different platform. This is on like PS4 and obviously crossplay. Let me tell you something. My idea of a ground war literally probably quick games, like ground war, control the objective type things with 10v10 or 7v7. I just love the idea of like just clashes, like an actual war of like just army versus army. You know what I mean? Like we have to look.
Lord Lino says bigger is better.
Bigger is better.
I mean,
So,
yeah.
so
I mean,
Aaron,
and honestly, with the big,
tell me
sorry.
more about your idea?
Man,
I mean,
it's
and
just
honestly,
speculation,
yeah,
but-
exactly, just speculation.
But it's like,
dude, it's
and
great.
another thing is, it's like that's a huge thing because if we have something like a 10v10, okay, well, like John said, it's the same. It's Epic Games. They have the audacity and like the confidence to make a big map and say, here, let me throw. You guys have fun. We gave you the aesthetics. We gave you the skills. We gave you the heroes. You guys do what you want. You guys set, and that's a whole nother conversation because we want to talk about meta. What's the meta for a 10v10? What's the meta for capture the flag? And that's gonna be huge. Are they gonna make a map that's like has more terrain? More mountains, caves, underground. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all something that can happen like in the future.
No,
Yeah, and that's another thing too that's gonna be so wonderful because they are so intricate with their games. You know what I mean? We see right now the jungle, even though the jungle creeps aren't as up to where they're supposed to be because they're like they look kind of basic and whatnot.
it's
but
still alpha,
just the pure fact that the jungle has levels, you know what I mean? Like that's so, and then like places that you can go up but you can't come down and things like that. You know what I mean? It's like That's so ridiculous. Imagine if they took one map and made it 3 levels, or like, you know, had a subway or like an underground cave system, and it's like,
whoa, Resident Evil, calm down.
yeah. but you know what I mean? It's like they because you know it's the same company that ran Gears of War and now is like opening Paragon. They have, like Aaron said, the audacity, the balls to be like, we're gonna do this, and you know what? Because we can, you know what I mean? It's like because we know it's gonna succeed, because we know we're gonna make it succeed. So it's like having a 10v10 is just gonna make my body tingle.
I think that like if for me, instead of a different game, I would rather bring different fields, like different
Gotcha.
you know, terrains
and stuff like that,
to the table. Because I mean, like let's just say it now, like League of Legends, they're so comfortable with how their jungle everything works. Like it's already set in stone. They know what to do on almost every situation. You know what I'm saying? But if they had different levels, like it would make them like a little more insecure about like their plays. Yeah. Like if they had like a sky island and like there was no jungle because it's in the fucking sky, like you know, like what would they do then? If they had a jungle a map under like in the cave and it was nothing but jungles, that would be mind blowing.
That'd be cool too.
Okay,
you know. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. I talk too much.
Yeah, I'll do like, and this is very short on what Dylan said. That actually is huge because in other competitive games that are that have been relevant for a long time, you notice how in a lot of MOBAs they say game 1, game 2, game 3, best of 5 game. In every other competitive game they say map 1, map 2. Each game is different. You know, if you're looking at a Call of Duty tournament or a COD tournament, it's this team won map 1, best out of 3. But what about map 2? Do you have a strategy that works on this map? And I think that would be huge for MOBAs.
That would be huge.
And okay, this is just a theory craft, and it's gonna and it has to do with this point too. And it's like, this is gonna be a card game, right? You know, that's the theme of it. There's gonna be cards and things. You know, with the map change and everything like that. What about map hazards? Like they create a map where like. Literally, like if you guys have watched the game, the Hunger Games, the second Hunger Games that they came out with, I think it was the Mockingjay or something like that. You know what I mean? Like they had the arena that was like a clock that changed every hour or something like that, and then a different hazard would happen during that time. Like what if they make a map that had a different hazard every 5 minutes or like every 7.5 minutes? You know what I mean? And it's not going to be like everybody takes this amount of damage, but it's like. The day and night, or day and night, where it's like at this time, if you're in this area, Shadow Creeper is gonna come, like the Stalker is gonna come hit you and like steal your life's essence or something. You know what I mean? It's like, or they're gonna have like little things that are like take your card points, or you know what I mean? It's like and like Aaron said, you beat me on this map, but can you take me on my home field? This map, you know what I mean? Like a Sky Island, like that's third map or something like that. Or they have like a massive Tree of Life tree trunk that has 4 different layers that you can climb up and down, you know what I mean? Or jump from the top all the way to the down and all the way to the bottom and gank that way. Like, what are they gonna do? You know, like
all agree that would be huge.
No. I mean, even in chat, they're saying maps would make the game 10 out of 10. I mean, make it that much more 10 out of 10. Like it's huge.
It's huge because and this is like another short, like very short thing. You know, I like League, but if I'm watching like. You play Summoner's Rift, Summoner's Rift.
Yes, like, dude, I'm telling you.
It's so huge. I hope that that
would be
they add different maps in competitive, and it would be such a more like luscious experience to watch.
Yeah, because then it's always different. Yeah, I love how you and John said it perfectly. If they make the game like it goes competitively, you beat me map 1, can you take me on map 2?
Can you take me into Shadow Realm?
That'd be awesome.
Before
we go into
it'll make every experience it'll make every match experience.
Yeah, exactly. It wouldn't
just be Summoner's Rift.
Summoner's Rift.
It would be like, TSM, because we all know TSM. If Paragon gets big, they're gonna make it.
Who isn't? Yeah, who isn't?
TSM beat so and so on Sky Island, and that shit was crazy, and I could differentiate that because it was a memorable match.
Really quick before we get on our last topic, we're actually I just wanted everyone in the chat and everyone that's watching, everyone in the Goober House to know games that Epic Games has made or been partnered with in their career. First of all, they always use the Unreal Engine always. Fortnite, which is some weird game. Unreal Tournament, Paragon, Spy Jinx, Infinity Blade, Shadow Complex. They partnered. They didn't make, but they were assisted in Gears of War, and I think there's one more, but this list doesn't have it. So just so you guys are aware, I mean they provide. I mean obviously everyone knows their. I mean the way the games are made. Unreal Tournament. I mean Unreal Engine. First of all, I mean in this game is unreal.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's honestly beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And our last topic, our last question, it's the basic one. If you had to describe this game in one word to someone, what would it be? John Lee, I'll let you take this one first.
I don't have a good vocabulary. No, I would say
What?
Well, Forrest Gump.
Jenny. No, but
That's how you describe it? Just Jen A?
No, but maybe let me do me.
Sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
let me play like a bitch. No, but it's like
Oh my god.
potential. That's like you know what I mean. It's like
yeah, definitely. Dylan?
you know that's mine.
For me, it would have. Mine comes with a word and a story. Mine is, and I can't think of a better word right now. It's futuristic, because way back in the day, whenever they would always portray like the futures of games, it's always like these virtual reality games, you know, and like it hasn't been a game until now, you know.
Yeah.
And I still remember when we first started playing Paragon, that like when I first pushed into the turret and being able to like look around 3D, seeing a Rampage fucking flying.
Rampage highlights.
It's an experience. It's futuristic.
I'll go next. And topping on what you said, I loved it. I remember, I mean, when we first were getting into League and other MOBAs, we were like, man, how cool would it be to actually like control the character like better and like feel like you are the hero. And Smite tried to provide with that, and I mean they have their game. It's great, which was like I think the first one that tried to do 3D, and then this game, and I was like, wow, this game like has nailed it for me because it talked about, and like you said, futuristic. I would say innovative, because literally, I mean everything that's been in all the implementation. I'm gonna make a word. Implementations that they've.
Hell yeah!
That's what's up. I'm gonna I'm gonna start a Fund Me Now, and we're gonna put it in the dictionary.
Implementative.
Implementative. It sounds so dumb. Like all the implications that they put in the game, and just where they've taken it, and it's only alpha is stunning. Is utterly stunning. And like you said, I love the first time I got in, pushing to the tower, having a battle. You don't get it's not like that scroller kind of MOBAs. You don't really see what's behind you, so it's harder to pay attention because it's tunnel vision. This game is almost like you're looking in front of you. So like when you start getting autoed and your cursor pops up, you're like, oh damn, like uh-oh, and like if you don't like look at your map all the time, like that's what happens.
It'll be too late.
Yeah, Aaron, what do you got?
Hello,
Speechless. No, I'm just
Bruh.
bruh.
kidding. Bruh.
Your best friend, they looked at you like real deep and they're like, bruh. Like,
Oh.
Yo, all right. I feel you.
And
I
just
feel
bruh.
you. Just
and then you just play the game.
Your boy
That's
dropped
it.
that son.
bruh.
Bruh. And then I was just like,
I feel it.
That's it.
I just said that to John Lee, and I feel Paragon.
I completely forgot, like, because you know me, I rush like a month. You know, I rush, and that's just my game style, and that's why I die so much. But you know, like Gio pointed that out, I was like, you know, yeah, whatever. I don't play like no bitch and it.
Glory. Hashtag glossary.
But it's like, you know, it goes back to helping people out, you know, helping newcomers to the MOBA. It's like always check your mini map because you don't know how many times I started playing Paragon and it's like, it's so cool. Yeah, just rush. I like to play Rampage, blah blah blah, jump in, blah, blah. But I always get snuffed. Like you don't know how many times I'll be like, why am I dead? You know, like, and then there will be somebody behind me and just chunk just because I didn't see them. You know what I mean? Just because I couldn't see, I literally couldn't turn around and be like, yo, I see you in the distance. but I don't see you on my mini map.
Yeah.
You know, like I see you creeping, but you're not on my mini map yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like whatever, and then I'll just forget about it because I'm
Whatever.
trying to focus on last hitting, punching mobs.
Mhm.
You know, I'm not playing like a bitch.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Yeah.
and it's like I just get blindsided because of the simple fact it's a front forward game. So
Yeah,
it's-
we'll move into closing statements. I love everyone's one word to describe Paragon. That was actually really cool. So closing statements, that was awesome. Dylan, do you have any closing statements?
Closing statements is that I think this is a wonderful and beautiful game. It's probably one of the first mobile games that I actually get to play with all my old friends with, and,
Yeah.
and because of that, I think it's a wonderful thing.
I love it.
And I expect great things for Paragon in the future.
Awesome. Aaron, do you have any closing statements?
Closing statements. I obviously, because we're so hyped, I can identify with. Yeah, it's gonna be a cool game. It's gonna be an awesome game. I will, for one, be following the esports scene if there is one, and
Of course.
I'm just excited to see. I don't know. I'm excited to see all the different heroes and all the chambers that are gonna come out. I'm really excited.
My dick.
Yeah. I mean, you guys already know from the streams, the amount of streams and everything on my Twitter that I talk about, this going on my YouTube, and these podcasts. The game's here finally. 2, the content's there.
Mhm.
It's way better than I thought it was going to be because the trailers looked cool. I was like, is the game going to look like that? Or are the heroes going to play like that? How I'm going to feel? It's there. The company itself has been providing nonstop on their Twitter feed, on their forums, on their blogs, on their everything to give us info and anything, and I love it. And just, man, if you're into MOBAs and you have a PS4 or you have PC, I suggest playing this game.
Yeah.
Give it a try. If you're into Smite, give it a try. If you like anything about this game, try it. Just try it. You'll find something, and I promise it'll be there. You can write that. Quote me. I promise you'll play this game and find one thing that you like. Hands down.
Heard it here first, folks.
Hands down. All right, everybody. That was the end of the podcast. Thank you guys for joining us on our first ever Goober House with the Goober House Kids Paragon podcast. Hopefully, we're going to be shooting to do these every time there's a patch note, and anytime they come out with information that's that we can talk about. And once that if they start banning gear, if they come out with new gear, all that kind of stuff. So hopefully you can catch us every time there's a patch note here. And it's going to be uploaded to YouTube. There's a link on my YouTube channel, or on my profile, that you can get to it. But thank you guys for hanging out and answering these questions. And thank you for providing half of these questions for us. So have a great night. Happy Friday, guys. Aaron and Dylan, if you guys want to say bye.
Goodbye.
Later.
Ah.